back to my channel. Today I'm joined by my lovely friend Gabi, who is going to talk to us a little bit about wellness, going into the new year and that sort of thing, because Gabi has just had a huge kind of life transformation. So we thought it would be nice to get together and talk to you guys a little bit about what Gabi does, but also how it can help you too. So do you want to explain kind of what you do?
Yeah, of course. So I'm Gabi. I'm a life coach. So I work with people to help them create a future that they really want, to break through kind of hurdles, whether they're internal or external kind of barriers that they've created, and to live fuller and happier lives.
So how did you get into it? Because it's a completely different career path. It's not like you go to school and you're like,
yeah,
do you know what, I want to be a life coach.
Yeah, I think you might in LA, but not in London. So I have had a life coach for a couple of years, and she completely transformed my life. Yes, the amazing Isla. So she changed my life and really, really helped me. And that kind of introduced me to the world of coaching. I'd never heard about it before. And then I started doing some workshops for people, just in my free time when I was working my last job. I came to one of your
workshops, which was amazing. It was so good. So a lot of what you do is kind of positive thinking and things like that. These guys know that I absolutely love the book The Secret. You love that as well, don't you? Yeah. So what kind of aspects of that? Because I know quite a lot of that is quite out there, and a little bit unbelievable sometimes. So how do you work that into what you do?
I think with the law of attraction, a lot of what it is about is that you create. You are in control. You create your future, and positive thinking has a huge influence on that. So that's kind of one element of it, and the other side of it is that you see what you look for, and you hear what you want to hear. So we create things in our minds. So if you look for a boyfriend if you're in a relationship and you look for your nagging boyfriend, that is what you will hear. That's what you will see, that's what will stand out to you from him. Whereas if you look for someone who really loves you and cherishes your relationship, those elements will jump out to you. So you are in control of creating your reality and the kind of world that you see around you, which is an amazing gift. Because you suddenly realise, hang on, I can actually see this day in the way I want to see it. I can see my relationship in the way I want to see it, and it gives you back a lot of control. That's kindness to yourself, really, and being compassionate with yourself. I think we think right, if I start doing this today, if I want to meditate from today, I must meditate every day for 20 minutes from now until forever. But really changing the way you think or do things, trying to look for the positives or trying to see things in a different way, or changing and implementing a new habit is difficult, and we need to be understanding of ourselves and nice, and not say Gabi, you failed, that's it, it's done. It's not done. Treat yourself the way that you would treat your friends, speak to yourself the way you'd speak to your friends. And that was really about, if children make a mistake, we don't say to them, that's it, you can't walk, it's done, you're never gonna walk, you'll crawl forever. They don't. They learn in the end, so it's being nice and
persevering as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we were talking a lot earlier as well about what we can do going into the new year, because obviously I know Christmas still feels like a long way off, but it will be just around the corner. And we were talking about things that we can do, and Gabi and I both agreed that we create mood boards, which is such an easy thing to do at home, isn't it? And I find it's so useful for me. I actually have mine stuck on the side of my wardrobe, so every morning when I wake up, it's the first thing I see. Obviously, I don't roll over and see then. I roll over and look at the mood board. But it means that I can visualise. But yeah, it does mean you kind of see what you want to get out of life, and so many things that I've had on my mood board actually for this year have kind of come true. At the start of this year, I wasn't a full-time blogger. That was one of my goals. And you as well, you were working full-time too. And we talked about this for so long, didn't we? And we were both like, I want to get out of the grind. The daily grind. So it's been so nice to do that and to give that a go. But we actually grabbed Gabi's mood board because I left mine at home, just to show you guys and give you an example.
This one I made about kind of a lifestyle that I wanted. So this is the way that I wanted kind of my world to look.
Yeah.
And I was just talking to Katie about it when I got it out and saying it's so different to the way that my life was.
Yeah.
So, this time last year, a lot of these things were something that I wanted, whereas I feel like I'm a lot closer, if not experiencing a lot of these things now. So down here in this corner, it's about kind of reading. I absolutely love reading, but I never really have the time.
No,
I didn't have the time.
I don't have the time either.
Now I have the time.
Are you reading more then?
Yeah, now I read a lot of books. So that's something I really love, and it was like time for myself and not just kind of watching loads of series, actually having time to like switch off and read books that I
Shall
really
I hold
enjoy.
it so you can talk through it? Is that going to be easier?
Oh yeah, that's much better. Then over here was about travelling. So like travelling and doing the things I want to do, and kind of going around Europe, going into nature, just like the beauty of being outside. A lot of the quotes on here are things that just stood out to me. So like back to nature, following a dream, finding your way back to love, slowing down. Those things are really important to me, and making moments iconic. So not having to have like kind of the big New Year's and that's your highlight of the year. It's like the small moments that are actually iconic. It's like, making this was a really iconic moment for me. It's like really simple, one afternoon with a friend. It's those things that matter, and kind of slowing down and just like inner calm. That's a big thing for me now. I think lots of these things like love, looking for love, that's still on my mood board and out there.
That's hard in London as well, and I think a lot of people put so much pressure on finding love, especially in London. Like I just got very lucky in like how my situation happened, and it all happened really, really quickly.
Yeah, it's hard.
But yeah, it's tough. Like
it's really hard. I think
it's hard to meet people as well.
Yeah, it's really hard, especially if you want to change your lifestyle from kind of. Do you want me to put that back?
Yeah, there you go. We'll talk more about that in a second.
Yeah, from the way that mine was, which was like going out a lot, drinking a lot, like that type of thing, which didn't actually make me feel good in the long term. But that's how you think you'll meet people. But in reality, now that I'm not doing that,
opportunities, isn't it?
Yeah, and London is difficult. Everyone's busy. Everyone's in a rush. No one talks.
Yeah.
I just spent a week in LA where people say hi to each other. It's like, this is incredible. If someone looks at me in London, I'm like,
yeah, you're like, why have I got something on my face? Is there something in my teeth?
What's going on? So,
yeah,
definitely. It's tricky.
But it's even like making the mood board. So when I did mine, the way that I did it is essentially I got a load of magazines and just flick through them, and it's just those pages that really stand out to you. You can't think about it too much. If you think about it too much, it becomes a chore, doesn't it? Yeah. So I literally just flicked through and pulled out pages as I went along of things that I really liked. It could be a quote, a handbag, a pretty picture, like a guy and a girl. I think on mine I've got like a guy and a girl in the centre, and they're like holding hands, and I think they're kissing. And then I've got like a beautiful roll top bath, because home is important to me as well. And it says like live, love, life.
I think that with anything like a mood board or kind of like ideal scenes or anything like that, where you're trying to put down things that you would like to be experiencing in your life, there's kind of a lot of power in writing down things that you think. I mean, I say like it needs to be at least 50% believable. So like, these things need to be what you want to create, but at least 50% believable. So, maybe you can have a few things that are quite out there, but that's brilliant. And there's a lot of power in taking the time to really think about what you want to create and putting it down on paper in some way. But then the real way that this works for people, and these are so powerful and effective, is that you look at it, as Katie just said, and you see it every day. So it's in your consciousness, it's in your mind, it's in your kind of everyday reality. Yeah. And that you take small steps, so you are making small changes and actions in order to bring that into the here and now. So, rather than watching another episode of Desperate Housewives for the third time. It might be picking up a book if that's something that I know I've put there and it's something I want to be experiencing. It's just those little things.
Yeah.
And sometimes they're big changes. So it's even how you can make just take a small action, really small steps throughout the year or month or whatever it is, really help.
I think it's really interesting.
Yeah.
So if you want to have a session with Gabi or get to know a little bit more about what she does, they can find you on Facebook, can't they?
Yes, so I've got a Facebook page which is Gabriella Miller Life Coach. And yeah, please get in touch with me via that. I do a free kind of introductory session for anyone who's interested, just to see what coaching is.
That's so nice. And how does that work? Do you do that over Skype?
Yeah, so I work with people over Skype. And I can send you some times, and we would just work on something that's important to you, talk a little bit about how coaching works, and then if it's something you'd be interested in continuing with long term or in the short term, we could discuss that as well.
So I will put all of Gabi's details below anyway, so you can get in touch directly. If you have any questions, please do put them below. We will answer them. I will get in touch with Gabi to answer the questions. So if you do have anything about this, about mindfulness or life coaching, things like that, yeah, do comment below and we'll get back to them. But I hope you've enjoyed this. It's been something a little bit different.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming. It's been so lovely. Thank you for joining me, Gabi. If you've enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and please do subscribe. And if you've really enjoyed this, let me know, because I'm sure Gabi would maybe come back if I haven't scared her off too much. She might like to come back and do another video with me. So if you have liked this, let me know and I will make that happen. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.
Thank you, bye.